Hey everybody, it's Boardman21 and today we're updating our ManaStrike ManaStorm build from last patch. In this patch there's several updates including new affixes for the chest and the helm. On top of that we changed up what idols we're using and we switched gear a little bit around. We're now going to be more about getting ward but not stacking it, so we're also going to do some armor and protections and of course have our dodge. Flame Ward's going to be set up differently. We're just going to use it only when we need it. So during boss fights, when you take a hard hit, or if you're standing on poison over time for too long, or damage over time, you can cast it, and it's going to convert so much of the damage you're taking into mana that you'll be able to replenish your life and either get out of the fight or finish off the boss with the incredible amount of lightning damage that we'll be doing. We also have some lightning leech, so when you do get down to your health, you'll replenish your life decently quickly, not super fast. It's not a huge amount of damage, and the leech amount is only like 3 to 4%, so it's kind of low, but it does allow for you to get your life back rather decently quickly, especially if you have Flame Ward open. And we also have a lot of health converted to ward on potion use, so a potion will replenish your life for its normal amount, plus you have like 150% of that health amount converted as ward, so you get like 400 ward when you use a potion as well. So that's another big boost. So instead of flame ward, a lot of times we just hit a potion. We have dodge chance on potion use, so your dodge goes up, and then that's kind of our first priority. And then after that, if you're still taking too much damage and you're about to die, you just cast Flame Ward and that'll be your holy savior. On top of that, every once in a while we'll have Lightning Aegis proccing when Lightning Blast goes off automatically from us having Static active, which Static will get its charges from us doing a melee hit, which ManaStrike will basically be the only skill we're using, and all of that will give you even more damage reduction having that Lightning Aegis proc off of that. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and get into the skills. For skills, we're going to be running Lightning Blast, Flame Ward, ManaStrike, Enchant Weapon, and Static. For Lightning Blast, we have 2 points in Storm Razor, 2 points in Lightning Attunement, which will give you that Lightning Aegis chance when it's cast. The automatic cast of it from Static does count and can activate it. 4 points in Chain Lightning, 1 point in Convergence, 4 points in Overcharge. Yes, the automatic proc can give it a chance to double cast. 2 points in Arcing Power, 2 points in Crackling Speed, and 3 points in Shatter Shock. For Flame Ward, we're using this purely for defense, and then of course for offense, so the best of both worlds. We have 2 points in Start Ward defense, 2 points in Barrier for 16% less hit damage while it's active, 1 point in Prismatic Buffer to give you 200 elemental protections, 2 points in Shrewd Shielding, and 4 points in Mental Aegis so that 60% of damage you take is absorbed into mana, which is huge. 3 points in Dilation, 5 points in Infusion, and 1 point in Lightning Ward. So when this is active, you get 250% increased lightning damage. So basically, this is your Hail Mary. If you're taking damage during a boss fight, you simply cast this, you'll stop taking damage because of that huge damage reduction, 16% on top of 60% being converted to mana, and you'll just go to town with that extra lightning damage and hopefully kill the mob before it wears off. You can run multiple charges, although I'd recommend you get the +1 charge on your gear and not take the charge up here, as that will require points to be taken out either of the damage or out of the Mental Aegis, which neither of those do you really want to do, and you definitely want to keep the full duration. For ManaStrike, the main skill and only skill you're really actually using, we have 1 point in Ward Strike, 3 points in Arcanist Blade, 1 point in ManaStorm, 2 points in Explosive Flurry, 5 points in Swift Sap, 5 points in Rage Sap, and 3 points in Ruin Sap. And this 15% spell damage can stack, so you'll have a lot of extra spell damage because of it. For Enchant Weapon, we have 5 points in Celerity, 3 points in Fulminate, 3 points in Thundering, 1 point in Conduit, 4 points in Thundering, and 4 points in Concentration. And with Static, we have 5 points in Reverberation, 3 points in Fulminating Blows, 1 point in Overload, 5 points in Diode, 1 point in Unlimited Power, and 4 points in Overcharge, with the last one being in Empower. So the way this works is Static will gain charges either as you move, as you get hit, or you get +6 on a melee hit, and since you're hitting all the time, you're constantly going to be gaining them from both you doing hits and getting hit. When that's said and done, it'll automatically cast Lightning Blast for you whenever you're over 80 charges automatically. So that in itself will then proc lightning. Lightning will do what lightning does best, and that's a bunch of damage, which will chain to the same enemy over and over again, have a chance to double cast, give you lightning ages, and all of that will be done automatically while all you're doing is using Mana Strike. Mana Strike has ManaStorm, which will be casting lightning, so you'll have lightning from that. So besides that lightning strike and lightning blast going off, you also have Enchant Weapon, which thanks to the conduit and thundering node, every half second you will have a lightning zap from Enchant Weapon while it's active. So lots of different lightning all going on, and then of course the Flame Ward with its 250% increased lightning damage will boost all of those damages for you since it's all global. From passives, we will have even more lightning with the Arcane Current, which once every 8 seconds can hit up to 5 nearby enemies with lightning. We have 8 points in Scholar, 1 point in Elementalist, 8 points in Arcanist, 5 points in Arcane Current, 5 points in Mage Flurry, and 5 points in Knowledge of Destruction. With 25 points in the Sorcerer, we have 8 points in Calculated Destruction, 8 points in Brainstorm, 8 points in Mana Shell, 10 points in Wisdom, 8 points in Karunamancer, 5 points in Rift Bolt. Yes, that was way more than 25 points. But however many that is, that's how many points we have in there. I keep forgetting this taps out at 25. And then for Spellblade, we have 35 points, 5 points in Arcane Warden, 8 points in Infused Weapon, 8 points in Elemental Affinity, 5 points in Spellweaver, and 8 points in Combat Mage, with the last point being in Shiver Armor. This Spellweaver means you get 20% extra spell damage every time you do a melee attack. And for items, for idols, we have this percent of potion health converted to ward and increased lightning damage. You can get up to 17% lightning damage and up to 15% of potion health converted to ward. What's nice about this is the more of those you have, if I use a potion here, it gave us almost 400 ward on one potion use. Also, it will still refill your life. So if you get down to about 300 life, you pop a potion, you have full life and the 300 ward, which makes it really, really effective. For items, for our weapon, we are running a one-handed scepter, which has increased melee attack speed, spell lightning base damage, and a percentage of lightning damage leached as health. On top of that, we have some shock and mana. You can go defenses. Mana is pretty useless. The shock on hits alright, but you can go defensive if you want more protections. For the chest, you want the lightning critical strike multiplier and percent of mana spent as ward. There are other things that you can throw on there. These aren't necessary, and the ward isn't a huge thing for us. We also have 10% of damage dealt to mana before health, so once you do get down to health being hit, you have a 10% damage reduction. For our helm, we have the same thing, lightning critical strike multiplier and percent of mana spent as ward. We also have int and scent glancing blow. For our catalyst, we have spell critical strike chance, critical strike multiplier, percent chance to shock attackers, and mana. We only wanted this for the base spell critical strike chance and for the int. Those were the two main things we were after, so that you can crit pretty often with all the lightning that's going off. For all of our jewelry pieces, we're running set dodge and set elemental with protections and dodge. You can't have dodge on the relics, so we have necrotic and we have void protection. On the boots, it's double dodge. And for the gloves, we have more melee attack speed along with more dodge, and this gives a bigger chance of increased critical strike chance, which actually I think we're pretty low. Yeah, you can get up to a 40% chance. We ran a 17% chance here. And that's it. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some gameplay.